Hi, Shane. I'm back with Thursday Thoughts. Tonight, whatever you want to call it, we're going to talk about, I'm filming this at night, so it's going to be released tomorrow. I saw a post that one of my favorite drummers, the drummer for Styx, Todd Sucherman, made. It was either yesterday, I think it was yesterday, but of the Count Basie band on YouTube, and it was the tune called Magic Flea, which featured Harold Jones on drums. And Harold Jones is definitely one of my drum influences along the way, but I thought, well, he just posted that, so while it's on people's minds, I'm going to talk about the influence the Count Basie band and Harold Jones had on me. I brought up Joe Sills, one of my high school band directors, and the director of the jazz band. And Joe Sills was obviously a huge Count Basie fan because he played a lot of Count Basie charts, and specifically mostly the Sammy Nestico arrangements, which made me fall in love with this album. And the album is called Basie Straight Ahead. And I think in some way, shape, or form, I've played every song or every chart on that CD or album of my day, and I just listened to that over and over and over again, and just tried to gravitate toward that type of playing and copy a lot of what I heard Harold Jones doing. Of course, the barn burner on there is a tune called Magic Flea, which is very fast. I think if I'm not mistaken, it seems to me like when you see the big band arrangement of it, it says Mucho Fasto. It's a very fast jazz tune, and a lot of drum solos and stuff in it. And I was just amazed by that album. And the tune Basie Straight Ahead is just a great swinging groove. The Queen Bee, kind of a slow tempo ballad, and Hey Burner. There's just a lot of great songs on that album, and I just got to where I could pretty much sing the melody of every tune on that album. And what I took away from that as I was growing up, and from Harold Jones specifically, because he's the drummer on the album, I was always into the Count Basie big band because Chuck Simons, my first teacher, had me listen to some of that stuff. But what really struck me about Count Basie compared to the Buddy Rich band, which is another favorite, and some other bands, was just the swing and the dynamic contrast of that band. And like they would be like playing piano and come up, ba-da-da, and just hit these great chords, and the drummer Harold would just pop a little fill and just be just as quiet as a mouse the next second. And I was like impressed with the dynamic contrast that they played with. And basically what he played with, I would be lying if I said I didn't steal a ton of licks. Not hard licks, but just ba-do-ba, ba-do-ga, da-ga-da-boom, bow. A lot of licks like that I just took specifically off that album. So one of my tips is, it's not Tip Tuesday, but one of my thoughts is, every drummer who's going to try to experience part of being in a school stage band, jazz band, community jazz band, or whatever, any jazz band of any kind, that should be required listening. And you should try to emulate that and get the feel for that, because to me, there's really no better swing and big band drumming than there is on Basie Straight Ahead. So I highly recommend it. Again, it should be required listening for anybody interested in playing big band jazz. It's just perfect drumming, in my opinion. And I really like the fact that they recorded those big bands live and stuff back in the day like that. So anyway, the drumming of Harold Jones is just amazing. Whether it be a ballad or breakneck speed, fast jazz tune or anything like that, he just seemed to play perfect parts and really drove that band, and then backed out of the way at times, and just everything about that album is just amazing. And Harold Jones, who I did get to see live eventually, is just amazing. And I'm going to break away from that album for 1 minute and talk about a tune. I think it's off of Atomic Count Basie, Atomic Explosion. Maybe it's just called Atomic. I'm drawing a blank right now. But the tune's called Lil, L-I-L-L-I''L, Lil Darlin'. And I feel like anybody who's interested in playing slow ballad jazz, you should practice playing to that tune. You should try to play along with that song because it is so slow, yet it has, like for the horns, these long legato notes and then these short staccato notes at a very, very slow tempo. And as a drummer, it is very, very difficult to play a tune like that. And you know, with the brushes and whatnot, and to play that slow and make it feel right. So I just want to interject that tune along in there. And again, I think that's off of Atomic Basie, something like that. There's like an explosion on the front cover. And then Basie Straight Ahead. And again, Harold Jones, just a drummer who should be on everybody's listening list. So I know this is quick. I know it's a thought, but because Todd Sucherman had posted that, it just made me think about it. And part of my high school jazz band experience into Jazz Beyond, when I played in a big band in Boise called the Wind Machine, which is another Basie chart we played. So I just can't say enough about the things that I learned, the way the music influenced me, the drumming influenced me, and I stole so many ideas and licks that work in playing big band jazz everywhere. So thanks Joe Sills for turning me on to that album, and thanks Harold Jones for being such an amazing drummer, and thanks Todd Sucherman for posting that the other day, because it really got me thinking about it again. I haven't really listened to that in a while. So anyway, everybody who's interested in playing any kind of big band jazz, you should listen to Count Basie, and specifically to me, Basie Straight Ahead, that album. And if you want to learn how to play slow jazz, listen to Lil Darlin' off the Atomic album. Thanks.